Good afternoon. I call to order the House of Delegates for the 103rd Convention of the Pacific Northwest District of Kiwanis International. It is so exciting to be a part of our first ever virtual district convention. Who would have thought that we would be living through a worldwide pandemic that would leave us social distancing and wearing masks? At least not the kind of masks I had envisioned a year ago. Well, we may have to social distance, but we do not have to emotional distance. I'm very proud to be your governor and working with you through the crises which face our world today. To start us off, Ray Reddick, our Spiritual and Human Values Chair, has provided us with an inspirational moment to be shared. I would like to read it to you now. Father, let Kiwanis be for us a means of enlarging our circles of interest and broadening our spheres of service. Hear us now as we dedicate ourselves anew to the ideals of service through Kiwanis. We offer our grateful thanks and praise for the army of volunteers that quietly yet faithfully offer their services for the well-being and support of others. We ask your special blessing on each one, knowing that they are the unsung heroes that receive little thanks for their valuable contributions and who are so often taken for granted by those that they freely serve. And perhaps before we resume, we should all give thanks for the ability to be here together today. Many months ago, our convention committee was busily planning for a regular convention, and at the last possible moment, we decided to put away all of the typical planning work and move boldly ahead in a virtual world. And I am very fortunate to be able to say our convention committee, who has worked tirelessly, has done a phenomenal job. I am so proud of them. Headed by Committee Chair Linda Newman, I certainly believe you must be pleased with the virtual convention brought to us this weekend. Without further ado, Linda is here to present the convention program and convention appointments.
Governor Melanie and assembled Kiwanians and guests, I would like to take the opportunity now to officially notify the House of the appointment of the following positions. Credentials Chair, Michael McKay. Parliamentarian, Lauren Lee. Elections Chair, Darlene Smith. Sergeant at Arms, Donna Kelso. Resolutions, Chuck Angelico. I am happy to present the official program of the 103rd Pacific Northwest District Convention. Please refer to your program that was in your convention in a box. I move the adoption of the official program and appointments.
Thank you, Linda. We will take action on your motion in just a few minutes. I will now read the report of Michael McKay, Credentials Chair of the Delegates for the House of Delegates session. Governor Melanie, ladies and gentlemen of the House of Delegates, the Credentials Committee presents the delegate report, which I believe is over there. Right on that, right to your right. The sticky note? Okay. We had the delegate report. I'm going to step away for just a moment. I'd given it to you. You were going to embed it in there. I don't know where it went. Okay, we are back. I have the delegate count. I'll read it off my phone because we lost the piece of paper. We have 282 delegates from 101 clubs and 64 delegates at large credentialed for the 103rd Pacific Northwest District Convention. This is a total of 383 delegates credentialed, submitted by Michael McKay, Credentials Chair. I thank you, Michael, and I personally extend my sincere thanks to you for making us legal in this very different environment. And great work to all of you delegates for your ability to make this voting platform successful. I declare a quorum for this 2020 Pacific Northwest District of Kiwanis International House of Delegates meeting. Now I would like to explain a few things related to the convention rules and how things will work during this virtual delegate session. First, the standard convention rules that we use were published on the district website and are the same basic rules as used in the past, with only appropriate changes made to provide for the virtual portion of the election rather than paper ballots. In lieu of voting for each office and resolution as they are presented, we will have one ballot for the motions that I've received in writing prior to this session, and all of the offices we have that are up for election. In voting for candidates, you may vote for one candidate only. In voting for resolutions or motions, you may vote aye or nay. Before we proceed with the business of voting today, we're going to have one preliminary ballot. I'm sure you all did your test vote when your delegate mail was received, right? Of course you did, because we're all good Kiwanians. The preliminary ballot is on the motion to adopt the program, to adopt the convention rules, and have a little bit of fun, as well as to ensure everyone knows how to access the ballot and are able to complete their vote. We also have designated a few people who may be contacted for technical information if needed. Their names and email addresses were sent to you. So now, let's conduct the preliminary vote. You see on your ballot that there are 3 questions. First, yes or no to adopt the program. Yes or no to adopt the standing rules, and several choices of ice cream flavors. Vote for only one flavor to tell us your favorite of those presented. By the way, I just have to say, you know you're making history, right? Our electronic voting method has never before been utilized at a PNW convention, nor have we come together for this session over YouTube before. Let me also add that later, during this session, we're very pleased to have our new Kiwanis International Vice President Designate coming to us live from Divide, Colorado, to speak to this delegate body. So stay tuned. You now have 3 minutes to enter your login and unique ID number and place your vote now. The ballot is now closed. Do we have the results?
Not yet.
We will move forward with the agenda and announce the results within the next few minutes.
Turn to the video. Gary, can you return to the video, the tour?
All right, we have the results, and I shall read them to you. The program is adopted. The standing rules are adopted, and the favorite ice cream flavor is, oh, my husband will love this one, vanilla. That's his too. I now call on District Treasurer Janelle Lawrence to report on the district's finances.
Good afternoon. My name is Janelle Lawrence, and I'm the treasurer for the PNW District Office. Normally, when I see you at DCON, I get to share some documents with you that give you an overview of how we're doing. And those would be a balance sheet and a profit and loss budget versus actuals up until July of this year. Since we're not in person, we'll have them online for you that you can go ahead and get. So the first page link is where you can find our information And we also have links for you to find the budget versus actual report and the balance sheet. I know it's tricky trying to get this information right here, right now, but you're welcome to email or call me and I'll get those links to you directly. So some things to note is we do have our taxes filed with the IRS, and we have also filed a financial review with Kiwanis International that they requested. Some things coming up for next year is we might need to provide an audit based on what funding levels we're at, but we'll keep in touch with you and make sure you know how that's going. If you need any more information or have any questions, you can reach me at janelle@oregonimpact.org or my cell phone, 503-899-7605. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Janelle. At this time, we will now proceed to the election of Governor-elect for 2020-2021, as well as Governor-designate for that same year. District Secretary Ed, please confirm the validity of the candidates that we will be considering today.
Governor Melanie and members of the House of Delegates, the following candidates for Governor 2020-2021, Lonnie Johnson of the Kiwanis Club of Grants Pass. For Governor-elect 2020-2021, Martin Fanco of the Kiwanis Club of Southwest Spokane, and Greg Weedridge of the Kiwanis Club of Ferndale, Washington, have met all the requirements as set forth in the bylaws and policies of Kiwanis International and the Pacific Northwest District to be qualified candidates for this year.
Thank you, Ed. Let me now explain the time constraints for speeches. Those making the nomination speeches shall have 3 minutes to do so. Persons making seconding speeches shall each have 1 minute, after which the candidates shall have 5 minutes in which to express their views. We will now move to the nominations. Just so you know, all nominations, seconds, and candidate speeches for governor-elect candidates have been pre-recorded and meet the time restrictions. The order of the videos is first, the nomination, followed by the second, and then the candidate's speech. Nominations are now in order for the office of District Governor-elect 2020-2021. For the nomination of Martin Fanco of the Kiwanis Club of Southwest Spokane to this office, the chair recognizes his nomination from Chuck Richardson, also of the Kiwanis Club of Southwest Spokane, followed by the second by Kia Woodfill of the Kiwanis Club of Southwest Spokane. Then Marty Fanco will give his speech.
Good afternoon. My name is Chuck Richardson. I'm the current president of the Liberty Lake Kiwanis Club. I'm also a past lieutenant governor twice over in Division 46. You know, they say that in order to get to know somebody really well, you have to live with them. In this particular case, I'm not sure that is absolutely correct. Marty and I have been travel partners for the last few years, traveling across the Northwest, setting up fireworks stands. And in doing so, we would travel 5 or 6 days at a time. We'd share the same hotel room. We eat breakfast together, we eat dinner together, we work side by side, hours at a time, then move on to the next city and do it all over again. So in doing that, I've got to see what Marty looks like before he puts his teeth in the morning. I see what he looks like before he combs his hair. But most of all, I know the passion in Marty's heart. Marty has a passion for the kids that we serve. He has a passion for the club that he belongs to, and he has a passion for this great Pacific Northwest District. You know, one of Marty's family members is a builder, and in being a builder, you realize that in order to build a safe structure, you have to start from the bottom up. And that's what we do in the Kiwanis. We build from the bottom up. That means starting with K-Kids, Builders Clubs, Key Clubs, CKI, and on top of that, the Action Clubs. We as Kiwanians have to engage the kids that we serve, engage the kids in our families. There is a bridge from there to the Builders Clubs. The Builders Clubs go to the Key Clubs to CKI, etc. And the Kiwanis Club itself is the roof, is the covering, the protection for all of these. Marty's mantra is building our Kiwanis from the bottom up. That is one of the reasons that I am so honored to nominate Martin Fanco for the position of Governor-elect for 2020-2021.
I'm reading this on behalf of Kia Woodfill. We had a slight technical difficulty. Good afternoon. My name is Kia Woodfill. I am the current president of the Southwest Club in Spokane, Washington. I have known Marty for years in various roles both in and out of Kiwanis. He has shown his leadership by taking on projects no matter how big or small, filling the gaps personally when others can't commit. He willingly listens to others when they express their ideas or concerns on any subject matter, and I don't see this changing. For these reasons and many more, it is with great pleasure that I second the nomination for Marty Fanco for Governor of the Pacific Northwest. Thank you.
Good afternoon, PNW Kiwanians. I'm Marty Fanco from the Kiwanis Club of Southwest Spokane. I have served in several leadership positions in my community. One thing I've learned, you cannot do it by yourself. I joined Kiwanis in 2007 and was the treasurer of the first club I joined. I served as the Southwest Club's president. I was also a two-term lieutenant governor 2016 to 2018. I also served the district on Jerry D's team as social networking chair. I envision growth from the bottom up, starting with SLPs. This will be a team effort. Let's start at the bottom and work our way up, K-Kids through Key Club and CKI. If we have a K-Kids in our community, we need a Builders Club. Why? Because we need to keep our young people moving up. Then if we have a Builders Club, we need a Key Club. Keep moving up those young people. This works in reverse also. If you have a Key Club, you need a Builders Club to draw from. A Builders Club needs a K-Kids to draw from. If you have all three, you have built a good base. From Key Club, if those young adults choose higher education, find a college with CKI. For those who don't, they need to connect with our classic clubs. To make this work, we need the right people in the right positions, meaning club advisors. They need to introduce our young people to the next step, K-Kids to Builders Club to Key Club to CKI, or your Kiwanis Club. Key Club seems like an untapped resource to me. Our club advisors need to invite Key Clubbers to our meetings and educate them on what Kiwanis is. CKI needs to connect to local clubs also. Some go on to start a career or start a family. They need to be involved in their community. What a better way than being a Kiwanian? Families are going to have kids, and what I say to that is, kids need Kiwanis. We also need action clubs, as people with disabilities can be very helpful in our communities. How do you make your clubs exciting again? What made people want to join your club in the first place? Was it a community project or a fundraiser or both? Why not do a community assessment? We have the tool. And get that excitement back. If your community sees that excitement, they might want to join you. Also, pick the minds of other clubs in the PNW. Clubs need to share what they do district-wide. The PNW is a large district, so let's make it grow and be exciting too. I've focused a lot on growth. Getting the younger generation involved in our clubs equals growth. Getting your club excited with more community members equals growth. With these two, we can get clubs to charter strength, the right people in the right places, make the team effort work. By keeping a plan simple, you can accomplish goals. My theme, simply Kiwanis. That's why I'm asking for your vote today.
Thank you, Marty. It is now time for us to hear from the second candidate for the office of Governor-elect 2020-2021, Greg Weigrick of the Kiwanis Club of Ferndale, Washington. The chair recognizes Kathleen Moylan of the Kiwanis Club of Mill Creek to give the nomination. The second will be provided by John Brookins of the Kiwanis Club of Tigard. Then we'll hear from the candidate, Greg Weigrick.
Hello, fellow Kiwanians. My name is Kathleen Moylan, and my home club is the Kiwanis Club of Mill Creek. It is an honor and a privilege to nominate Greg Weigrick for the position of Governor-elect in the mighty Pacific Northwest District of Kiwanis International. If you're like me, you have the worst case of cabin fever ever. Our Kiwanis year has not turned out as expected, and we are discouraged that our great plans to grow and improve our membership are stuck on the shelf. That is why our district needs strong leadership to move forward. Greg's theme of just one more is exactly what we will need in his term. The possibilities are endless. Just one more new member. Just one more Kiwanis Club. Just one more wonderful service project that will benefit your community, just to name a few. Greg's experience in the Kiwanis world has been exemplary. He has proven fiscal responsibility, having served on the PNW Finance Committee for 5 years. He held a leadership position as the CKI administrator for 7 years, where his primary responsibility was to grow and develop leaders. These leaders are ready to take Kiwanis into the future. And last, but certainly not least, he has led the club opening efforts in the PNW district for the last 2 years. Not only did those new Kiwanis clubs benefit in bringing Kiwanis to new communities, the participants in these efforts were able to take back new skills to their existing clubs. Our current PNW leaders have done a phenomenal job navigating the district during an unprecedented, difficult time, and studies show that this pandemic will likely stretch into the next Kiwanis year. Technology has taken us in a virtual direction, and that's become the new normal. As for Greg's personal qualifications, he's held successful leadership positions for management consulting firms. He has also served on several nonprofit boards, not only as a board member, but as a fundraising chair. Greg's inspirational leadership and team building successes are the future focus for what the Pacific Northwest needs. Thank you.
I'm John Brookins, Kiwanis Club of Tigard, Oregon. It is my pleasure to second the nomination for Greg Weigrick for the office of Governor-elect 2020. Greg's experience with the youth of our communities has prepared him for the vision of the future that our youth have. During these stressful times, he is not the one who sits in a corner lamenting what we can no longer do. He sees, as our next generation sees, only the endless possibilities and opportunities available to us to succeed in the future. The power and influence of virtual meetings, social and professional interactive media, webinars and blogs. Doors of opportunity that have been thrust upon our generation only recently, our next generation has been familiar with for a long time. Greg sees the future as they do, and I welcome that vision. If you want leadership for the future, vote for Greg Weigrick, Governor-elect.
Hi everyone, I hope you enjoyed your first PNW virtual convention. And thank you for your service to children and others in our communities. We do make a difference. Every one of us has been personally and many professionally impacted by this COVID-19 pandemic. Most clubs have had to cancel fundraisers and service projects, and a number of clubs have not met since March. The pandemic has had a definite impact on Governor Melanie's year and likely will on Governor-elect Lonnie's year as well. I commit to doing everything I can to help lessen the impacts. I believe that post-pandemic, we will experience a greater demand for our services and more community members will want to be part of our solution. Fellowship is the glue that keeps most of us in Kiwanis. We must do everything possible to maintain that fellowship. The starting point is to stay in touch with every member and check on how they're doing. Secondly, schedule a socially distanced meeting or use virtual tools such as Zoom. I commit to play a leadership role with an experienced team so that every club in the district can set up regular Zoom meetings should they wish to do so. When COVID restrictions are lifted, I'm also committed to be in your community with you to meet with community leaders to understand how needs have changed and to work with you to bring in new members. I'm also ready to start a semi-monthly PNW Zoom meeting for those clubs which have not yet made the transition, so they can see the value and ease of use of this solution. I've sent 2 presentations to every club president describing the service projects and fundraisers that can be taken on during COVID-19. This should serve as a good starting point for discussion of what you can do now. I want to prepare us now for the new normal and have us ready to meet the increased demand. Please join me. We can keep Kiwanis relevant, strong, healthy, and ready to attract new members. My platform focuses on membership, developing Kiwanis leaders, and promoting impactful service. And fun needs to be a part of everything we do. We do amazing work in the PNW. Our Kiwanis family includes our service leadership programs. They differentiate Kiwanis from all other service organizations. Growing our family by increasing the number of K-Kids, Builders, Key Club, Circle K, and Action Clubs will be one of my objectives and priorities. My club started at K-Kids at a Title I school. At the year-end assembly, a teacher introduced herself and said K-Kids had changed the trajectory of 4 students' lives in her class. That was such a powerful statement that made my day and allowed me to have another amazing Kiwanis moment. I've mentioned impactful service. To ensure we're doing impactful service, it's important for clubs to reach out regularly and assess local needs and opportunities. We have excellent tools for this effort. In regard to membership, I will prioritize the district's focus on strengthening clubs, revitalizing undercharter strength clubs, and opening new clubs. When we exit this pandemic, I anticipate we will need to give extra attention to our existing clubs. As of May this year, only 35% of all PNW clubs had a membership chair. Those clubs, however, generated 88% of the net increase in membership. Seeing those results, I will urge every club to appoint a membership chair and team. We need more under charter strength clubs to see the value of revitalizing their club and to be excited to do so. Lastly, we need to open up new clubs in large communities and small. Many of the successful processes for new club opening have been instrumental in strengthening existing clubs and attracting younger members. As to leadership, I believe focusing on succession planning to help us identify and develop leaders for all levels is a priority critical to our future. Every division needs a past lieutenant governor's team to help with succession planning and provide coaches for new and existing clubs. We will offer leadership courses throughout the year to develop, grow, and expand our members' leadership skills. I have a theme. It's just one more. I hope you've seen the examples in my flyer. Choose 1 or 2 for your club and perhaps a personal one as well. I leave you with be inspired and be inspiring. I'd really appreciate your vote and your help in taking our great district to the next level. Thank you, PNW members.
Before we proceed further, it is appropriate to inquire 3 times if there are any further nominations for the office of Governor-elect 2020-2021 from the floor. In order for a nomination from the floor to be submitted, the member must have previously met all of the qualification criteria provided in our bylaws. To make a nomination, please submit your name, club, the candidate's name, and their club in the chat area. Are there any further nominations? Are there any further nominations? Are there any further nominations? Hearing none, please ensure that you remember who you wish to vote for. As stated, all voting will take place at one time at the end of all presentations for issues to be voted upon. We will now proceed with the election for the office of Governor of the Pacific Northwest District for the administrative year 2020-2021. The chair now calls upon Bill Glenn of the Kiwanis Club of Tri-Cities Industry to nominate Lonnie Johnson of the Kiwanis Club of Grants Pass for the office of Governor 2020-2021. It will be followed by the second by Cindy Cruther of the Kiwanis Club of Cascadia. Then the governor candidate, Lonnie Johnson, for brief remarks, will be recognized. Oh, and by the way, Mr. Johnson, I did say brief. I have my stopwatch handy.
For those of us who practice Kiwanis, one of the many rewards we receive are the people we meet. If you think about it, most of the Kiwanians you meet and get to know would be totally unknown to you without Kiwanis. Amongst those you meet are many dynamic, forward-thinking, and hard-working individuals that we call leaders. Such a person is Lonnie Johnson, our next governor for the Pacific Northwest District. So let me tell you a little bit about Lonnie. Lonnie and Debbie have resided in Grants Pass, Oregon since 1984. They're the proud parents of 3 children and proud grandparents of 4. In 2007, Lonnie joined Caveman Kiwanis Club, then became the advisor for the North Valley High School Key Club, and became Caveman Club president in 2010-2011. Then he stepped into the position of lieutenant governor for Division 82, serving for 2 years. In his second term, he was recognized as a distinguished lieutenant governor by then PNW Governor Greg Holland. In 2012, Lonnie joined the online Cascadia Kiwanis Club. In 2014, he became a member of the Grants Pass Kiwanis Club, where he became the advisor for the Grants Pass High School Key Club. He received the Grants Pass Kiwanis Distinguished Service Award in 2015 and became that club's president in 2016. And since he had some free time, he also served as president of the Cascadia Kiwanis Club at the same time. Not content to just serve as Kiwanis clubs and divisions, he took the assignment as PNW Builders Club chair from 2013 to 2019 and became the outreach chair for PNW 2015 to 2018. And Lonnie is a dedicated supporter of the PNW Outreach Fund, currently holding a Level 22 medallion. During this same time period, Lonnie got involved in PNW District Convention planning and operations as a member of the 3G Squad. That stands for Geeks, Grunts, and Gophers, serving from 2014 to today. 2018 saw Lonnie's return as Lieutenant Governor of Division 82, and he served as that year's Lieutenant Governor Class President. During this busy Kiwanis period, Lonnie also found time to be Chamber of Commerce greeter in 2010, receiving their Man of the Year honor in 2011. He also served on the Salvation Army Advisory Committee, as a member of the Homeless Task Force, on the Application Review Committee for the United Community Action Network's AmeriCorps program, serves on the Josephine County Fair Board, and as an ambassador for the Chamber of Commerce. So you can see that Lonnie is just the right kind of servant to lead our wonderful Pacific Northwest District. It is with the utmost pleasure that I formally nominate Lonnie Johnson to be Governor of the Pacific Northwest District of Kiwanis for 2020-2021.
Hello, my name is Cindy Cruther. I am the president of the Cascadia Kiwanis Club. I am proud and honored to second the nomination of Lonnie Johnson for governor for the years 2020-2021 of this great Pacific Northwest District. Your vote is greatly appreciated, and I thank you.
Governor Melanie, past Governor Jerry, District Secretary Ed, Treasurer Janelle, distinguished guests, Lieutenant Governors, delegates, and friends, thank you for allowing me to speak. As everyone is aware, this year has been challenging, to say the least. We have been challenged by the pandemic. We have been challenged by changing technology. We have been challenged by loss of revenue sources, and social distancing hasn't been any slouch either. But we haven't faced our biggest challenge yet. The one big issue when we start back meeting in person, that challenge is re-engagement. Far too many of our membership have not been meeting at all. A large portion has been meeting virtually, and a few have been meeting in person. How many will re-engage? How many will still have that passion to serve? At this point, that is impossible to predict. As I have said before, our biggest enemy is apathy. There are likely a surprising number that won't want to re-engage. Their desire to serve the children has waned. That is our challenge, to reach out to our club membership, to encourage others to continue their efforts in the communities. It won't be easy, we can be certain of that, but it will be worth the effort. We need the hearts and minds of everyone to continue to serve. There will be those who will still want to walk away, but we cannot give up. We need to keep trying. To quote the great statesman Winston Churchill, success consists of going from failure to failure without loss of enthusiasm. If I have learned anything this past year, it is that our membership team has the PNW Kiwanis District's best interest at heart. They have certainly proven that to me, that they have the skill sets required for us to move forward and to continue to grow. If you feel that you are fighting an uphill battle for membership and clubs, reach out to them. Don't think that reaching out to them is a sign you are failing, but rather think of them as a tool in your toolbox to keep moving forward, to striving to keeping your club to be the very best it can be. You may not want to address them as a tool, however, but you understand what I mean. I believe we have, by and large, not been engaging our service leadership partners enough. Our branded programs are an amazing source of inspiration, energy, enthusiasm, and knowledge. I have had the honor and privilege of being a Kiwanis advisor at 2 different high schools over the past several years. I find these young folks to be my inspiration in so many ways. And over this past year, I've been engaging with CKI and the Key Club at the district level. I must confess that I don't remember being as articulate or as knowledgeable as these young adults when I was that age. That's probably because I wasn't that articulate, but my passions were drawn more to serving my country. I encourage each of you to look for opportunities to have joint projects with a Key Club, CKI, a Builders Club, or join those youngsters in a learning program with K-Kids. Ask a CKI or Key Club member to join you at a club meeting, whether it be virtual or in person. It never hurts for these young Kiwanians to know we support them and care about their mission. I think you'll be inspired by their heart to serve and their courage to engage. For me, this past year has been a steep learning curve. As a matter of fact, I'm still learning, and I know I will continue to learn more as time goes by. I have been fortunate to have formed good relationships with Governor Melanie, District Secretary Ed, Treasurer Janelle, and so many new Lieutenant Governors this year. I find it as a particular point of pride that the new class of Lieutenant Governors has chosen to name themselves Team Phoenix for the mythical bird that rises from the ashes. In this case, the ashes of this catastrophic pandemic. We will rise and we will prevail. So as my time winds down, I ask that you join me in re-engagement. Join me in continuing our mission of serving the children of the world. And I humbly ask for your vote as Governor of the Pacific Northwest District of Kiwanis for the year 2020-2021. Thank you.
Thank you, Lonnie. The chair and the delegate body have heard the nomination and second of Lonnie Johnson of the Kiwanis Club of Grants Pass, Oregon, for the office of Governor 2020-2021. Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Are we sure there's no other nominations? Remember, you will place your vote at the end of all of the presentations on the ballot. I would now like to call upon Chuck Angelico, Chair of our Laws and Regulations, to present 2 resolutions. One, to endorse past Governor Roger Bell's trustee candidacy, and one to again endorse submission of the Family Plan Amendment. As Chuck wasn't able to video his report, I will be reading it. Thank you, Governor Melanie. Today, I bring 2 resolutions to the House of Delegates needing approval. As these resolutions are being forwarded from the Board of Trustees to the House of Delegates for approval, neither of them needs a motion or a second to be considered. The first is a family membership resolution. As we are all aware, the Kiwanis International Convention was canceled, which requires us to again adopt the family membership resolution to place it on the ballot at the Kiwanis International Convention in 2021 in Salt Lake City, Utah. We need a 2/3 approval vote to adopt this resolution. The resolution has been posted on the website for more than 15 days. Please refer to that document if you need. The second resolution to be voted on is, drum roll please, you may have heard the past distinguished governor, Roger Bell, has decided to run for trustee at the International Convention next summer in Salt Lake City, Utah. To place Roger's name on the ballot next summer, the House of Delegates must approve a resolution of endorsement. The resolution has been posted on the website for more than the required 15 days. Please refer to that document. This delegate body will need to endorse Roger by a 2/3 vote of approval before he can officially enter his name. One thing to remember, while we are voting on this today, we cannot rally our support of Roger publicly outside the district until October 1st. Finally, I move that the Executive Committee of the PNW be authorized to approve the minutes of the House of Delegates to meet Kiwanis International requirements. Chuck Angelico. We will now hear from Roger Bell on why we should endorse him for International Trustee.
Hello, fellow Kiwanians. I stand here today asking for your endorsement as Kiwanis International Trustee candidate to run in Salt Lake City next June. Why am I running again? Because my values haven't changed. I value membership. I value service with passion. And I value the representation and leadership for change at the Kiwanis International level. So I'm asking for that support again, because I believe in those things still, and I believe I can make a difference at Kiwanis International level. Please vote to endorse me. Thank you.
Thank you, Roger. I understand that there are some concerns being voiced in the chat, which we are unable to access because of our limitations on having our tablets and computers open while we're recording. So I'm sorry that there are any issues. It is our first time doing this, and I just ask you to bear with us. It's time to vote. Remember the ice cream test in your preliminary ballot? We'll now turn to that same process to vote for governor-elect, governor, and the resolutions. First, for either Martin Fanco or Greg Weidrich, select one candidate only. Governor for 2020, 2021, Lonnie Johnson. Again, one candidate, of course. Resolutions to endorse past Governor Roger Bell's candidacy for International Trustee at the 2021 ICON, and to endorse submitting the Family Plan Amendment to the 2021 ICON delegates. Vote aye or nay on each. And last, we ask you to vote on a recommendation from the 2019-2020 board to authorize the Executive Committee to approve the minutes of this meeting in order to properly submit them to Kiwanis International with the endorsement resolutions. Voting is now open. You have 3 minutes to place your votes and submit your ballot. Please do not forget to press the submit button. I now declare the ballot is closed. We will continue with the video and have your results very shortly. Thank you.
Who is a kid? Well, that's a kid. And another. Look, a gaggle of them. Or is it a herd? Litter? Pride. But what about her? Tell her she's not a kid. Or him. So how do we tell who is a kid? Height? Age, maybe. But some of us have to grow up faster than others. A kid. A kid wants to make the world better. And one day, he just might. Is a kid fearless? Vulnerable? Strong? Nervous? Yes. 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 Kiwanis is 600,000 kids at heart doing all the little and big things it takes to help children around the world. Because kids need Kiwanis. All of them. Who is a kid?
I am now pleased to announce your 2020-2021 Governor-elect designate as Greg Weidrich. Congratulations, Greg. Your 2020-2021 Governor designate unanimously elected Lonnie Johnson. The results of the resolutions are 93% in favor of adoption and sponsorship of the Family Membership Amendment to the Kiwanis International Bylaws, 91% for the adoption and endorsement of Roger Bell to be a candidate for International Trustee, and the passage of the motion that the Executive Committee approve the minutes of the House of Delegates. Roger has a few words that he'd like to say at this time. And then we'll take any declarations of candidacy for Governor-elect for 2021-2022.
Thank you, Kiwanians of the Pacific Northwest District, for your endorsement for my candidacy to run for Kiwanis International Trustee in Salt Lake City. I appreciate it. Thank you again.
Hello, fellow Kiwanians. I am Nicholas Hafez, past Lieutenant Governor 2017-2019 from Division 63 and a dedicated proud member of the Hillsborough and Western Washington County Kiwanis clubs. I have been a member of the K family since 1982 when I joined CKI. I am currently working as a Pacific Northwest Builders Club Administrator, a Pacific Northwest Foundation Board Director, and a Vice Chair of the Bigfoot Brigade. I also served as CKI Area Administrator for many years. I am eager to continue serving you on a higher level by declaring my candidacy for Governor-elect for 21-22. Thank you and enjoy the remainder of the convention.
Thank you, Nicholas. If any other member desires to be a candidate for governor-elect, please request the handbook and forms from the district secretary. At this time, I call upon Governor-designate Lonnie Johnson, who will introduce our Kiwanis International Vice President-designate Bert West.
Every year, our district has been blessed with a representative from Kiwanis International to be available for our district convention. This year is absolutely no exception. And we are fortunate that we have been assigned one of the newest elected Kiwanis International officer, Bert West of Divide, Colorado, USA. Bert was elected to a one-year term as Vice President of Kiwanis International in June 2020 at the 105th Annual Kiwanis International Convention in Indianapolis, Indiana. Bert is a third-generation Kiwanian. He joined in 1988 and has had 32 years of perfect attendance. He is currently a member of the Kiwanis Club of Ute Pass Woodland Park. He previously belonged to the Kiwanis Club of Wood Lake and the Sequoia Visalia Kiwanis Club. He holds life member status. Bert was inducted into his club's Ute Pass Hall of Fame. He is also a Lush Fellow in his district. In addition to club and district honors, Bert has been recognized as a Kiwanis International Legacy member and a Legion of Honor member. He also received a Tablet of Honor for his service to the Kiwanis International Foundation. Additionally, Bert is a Charter Walter Zeller Fellow and a George F. Hickson Fellow. Bert served as Rocky Mountain District Governor in the 2010-2011 administrative year. He was Lieutenant Governor of the Division 18 in the Cal Neva District from 91 to 92, and Lieutenant Governor of Division 4 in Rocky Mountain from 2008-2009. He is a past president of the Wood Lake and Ute Pass Woodland Park Clubs. A roofer by trade, Bert prefers the great outdoors. I'm assuming that means he won't have a hard time staying on top of things. When he's not working or participating in Kiwanis activities, he enjoys boating and hunting. Bert and his wife Sandy have been married for 35 years. They have 2 adult children, Megan and Lauren, plus Ace the Wonder Dog. Without further ado, Bert West.
It's the Wonder Dog.
There we go, Greg.
Bert West.
Thank you, Lonnie. That might have been the best introduction I've had all day. Appreciate it. Right now, we should be in Kennewick, Washington, next to the beautiful Columbia River, celebrating all the successes of Governor Melanie's year. We should be all gathered together, but we're not like that today. And so we have to deal with things as they are, and we'll move on virtually, and we'll see what we can accomplish as a team together. But first, I want to say thank you to past President Sylvester Neal. I know he's out there listening in there somewhere. He's the original fire chief and the coach. Without his inspiration, without his leadership, I wouldn't be sitting here today. So, Coach, if you're out there paying attention, thank you very much for everything you've done for me. And also, I think past Governor Frank Morehouse is probably sitting there, and we were going together. So, Frank, I would have called you out if we were in person, but I trust that you're watching, so I hope you're doing well. Governor Melanie,
you've done a great job through all this pandemic, staying connected with your lieutenant governor, staying connected with Kiwanis International, and being active and being a part. And without your leadership this year, PNW would definitely have suffered. So thank you for everything you've done. And congrats to Greg Weirich on his election today. I know you'll do a great job, and I look forward to working with you in the future. Now, Governor-elect Lonnie, Governor-designate Lonnie, I would give you advice on the day-to-day operations of leading Kiwanis through a pandemic. But I have no idea how that works as a governor. I looked everywhere for the playbook on how to do this, and there is no page in the Kiwanis Leadership Manual for you to lead during a pandemic. So you're just going to have to use your leadership skills and trust your team and work together, and through that, we'll all get through this. And to the great Pacific Northwest District, you continue to lead in membership and service. Your membership team is second to none, and many districts pattern themselves after you, and you should be proud of what you've accomplished as a membership directive and what you guys do and how you work to always continue the legacy of service in your district. And good luck to my friend and the membership king himself, Roger "that" Bell. Good luck in the election. I wish you all the best. So I bring you greetings from President Art. He would, at this time, be talking to you about a leadership program that he's developing and will be using, and it should help train future leaders so that this organization can move forward, and then we'll have young leaders ready to be active and qualified participants as leaders in our organization. When I was in Indianapolis, we spoke of a few things, and I want to remind you those. The Pacific Northwest District has shown us that no matter where you live, kids need Kiwanis, and Kiwanis is always ready to serve. Now, Pacific Northwest District, we have to keep our message to each other. We did not come this far to give up now. We're much stronger than this global pandemic, and because our hearts of service, as Melanie's pen shows us, will lead the way, and we will find a way to continue the service that we do. And each and every one of us needs to reach out to our fellow Kiwanians and remind them that Kiwanis needs you now more than ever, and the children of our communities need each other now more than ever. But more importantly, Kiwanians, whether we're in the Pacific Northwest District or whether we're in the Rocky Mountain District or wherever we may be, need each other now more than ever. So I want to leave that with you, and I want to leave a quote with you that I keep on my wall from my grandfather, who was a past governor of the Rocky Mountain or Calneva District. Said, "Be ashamed to lay your head on your pillow without first having done some good for your fellow man." Well, Pacific Northwest, you never have to be ashamed to lay your head on your pillow, because each and every day you go out and you do well for your fellow man. And together we can accomplish great things. Governor Lonnie is going to do a great job. I'm very proud to be able to work with him as his counselor next year. And thank you for everything you do. So with that, Governor Melanie, thank you again for allowing me to be part of this day.
Thank you so much, Bert, for attending our virtual DCON delegate session. International Vice President Designate Bert. I am certainly looking forward to your service in the leadership of this great organization. Next, I'm pleased to introduce Randall Cruz, the class president for this year's Team Pacific Proud. Randy is someone I've greatly enjoyed working with and truly relied on this year, and I want to express my sincere appreciation for his wonderful service. He will introduce our team of lieutenant governors for the 2019-2020 term. Randy?
Thank you, Governor Melanie. I'm pleased to do so. It's my honor to introduce you to Team Pacific Proud, the class of lieutenant governors for 2019 and 2020. From Division 5, it's Chris Flantz from Trail. Division 9 has Robert Stone from Winthrop. Division 13 is David Crozier from Port Townsend. Division 17 is Thomas Surge from Victoria. Division 18 is Dennis Sherwin from Chilliwack. Division 20 is Vicki Thurlacher from Friday Harbor. Division 20M is Steve Omadahl from Burlington. Division 22, Daniel Adams from Linwood. Division 26, John Gaston from Seattle. Division 28, Penny Arnson from Mercer Island. Division 30 is Lauren Lee from Longview. Division 32 is yours truly, Randy Cruz from Renton. Division 33 is David Foote from Port Orchard. Division 34 is Dick Muir from Stillicum. Division 38, Al Summerfield from Shelton. Division 42, Denise Walters from Classen. Division 44, Robert Lewis from Vancouver. Division 46, Teresa Venn from East Spokane. Division 48, Ashley Hathaway from Coeur d'Alene. Division 50, James Monroe from Ellensburg. Division 52, Walt Ness from Wenatchee. Division 54, Cynthia Kitson from Pasco. Division 56, Devon Felstead from Pullman. Division 63 is Susan Meyer from Hillsborough. Division 66 is Paul Viemeister from the Dells. Division 68 is John Hurley from Lincoln City. Division 70 is Richard Cheeseborough from Salem. Division 72 is Milt Donaldson from Corvallis. And in Division 74, it's Don Eric from Eugene. Division 78 is Earl Schroeder from Sisters. Division 80 is Robert Enman from Pendleton. Division 82 is Tom Shermack from Grants Pass. Division AYN is Pat Demerit from Fairbanks. AYS in Anchorage has Darrell Bowen. And that is your Team Pacific Proud. You know, I have a special pleasure of being the class president for this year, and it's my honor to let our governor know that her lieutenant governor's backed her 100%. We were there for her, worked with her, and we like to show our appreciation for the job that she did. What she doesn't know is the lieutenant governors have gone together, and we have purchased a brick that will be going into the patio at the district headquarters. So Melanie, you got your brick. Little Birdie told us that that was one of the things that you really wanted, so you now have it. We also have a gift card that'll be coming to you in the mail. You'll be receiving at home from all our lieutenant governors with our thanks for a job well done. And remember, if you ever need our help, the Team Pacific Proud is always here to help you.
Thank you, Randy. They let me hear part of what you said. Now you got me in tears. How unfair is that? But I do want to finish with a few more words here, so let's move on. These folks, every name that you heard, have had an extremely challenging year, and they braved the pandemic very, very well. They accomplished many great things over this year, and I am so very proud of this team. Thank you to all of you for your hard work, and we will finish strong. Our 2019-20 program directors, district chairs, and sponsored program administrators are an integral part of my Team Pacific Proud, and people whom I have certainly relied on for their expertise and hard work this year. These Kiwanians made a commitment to serve the membership of this district in addition to the many hours of service they provide to their clubs and communities. They have been there for me and for you. I want to thank each and every one of them for their outstanding dedication and commitment to service this year. I will read the names to be recognized in their appropriate groups. When you see them again, please remember to thank them in appreciation of their service to the members of our great district. Our service leadership team of administrators: Action Club, Jackie Sue McFarland; Builders Club, Rebecca Olness; CKI, Tyson Deep, and Alex Schweitzer; Key Club, Brian Egger and Karina Sakon and Mike Wallace; K-Kids, Roy Henson; Outreach Program, Alice Schweitzer and Steve Emhoff; International Committee on Young Children, Mike Frucci; our Administration and Awareness Team chairs: Alignment, Dr. Mike Wilson; Builder Magazine editor, Ed Luttrell. Building, Greg Holland. Club Achievement Signature Project, Evelyn Chapman. Communications and Media, Linda Newman. Finance, Finance, Teresa Venn. Fundraising, Cindy Crother. Historian, Patrick Ewing. Interclubs Social Networking, Trent Spradling. Laws and Regs and Resolutions, Chuck Angelico. Lieutenant Governor, Class President, Randall Cruz. Marketing and Public Relations, Gail Spurrell. Parliamentarian, Lauren Lee. Partnerships, Beverly Triplett. Past Governor Association, Jackie Sue McFarland. Past Lieutenant Governor Association, Val Shafroth. Risk Management, Bill Glenn. Tech Advocate, David Crozier. Youth Protection, Vicki Frucci. And next, our membership team. Membership Chair, Kathleen Moylan. Club Strengthening, Jackie Sue McFarland. Club Opening, Greg Wiegrick. Club Revitalization, Roger Bell. New Club Administration, Bob Munger. Our district events chairs, Conventions and Conferences, Linda Newman. Education and Training, Vicki Frucci. International Convention, Linda Henson. PNW District PAC, Steve Emhoff. Our team of Foundations and Service Program chairs, Canadian Foundations, Greg Holland and Ann Penner. Kiwanis Children's Fund, Gary Jesperson. PNW Foundation, Richard Johnson. Human and Spiritual Values, Ray Reddick. KCCP, Frank Morehouse and John Brookins. Law Enforcement Camp, Don Pinnell. Sign, Ralph Curran and Ann Penner. SOS, John Flaherty. Our district leadership and staff, Governor-elect Lonnie Johnson. Immediate past Governor Jerry Dees. District Secretary Ed Luttrell. District Treasurer Janelle Lawrence. Design and Technology Guru Gary Beller. Administrative Assistant Kathy Hart. And finally, my team of designated and most trusted advisors in alphabetical order, past governors Roger Bell, Steve Emhoff, Greg Holland, Jackie Sue McFarland, and Frank Morehouse. Thank you, all of you, from the bottom of my heart for your fine service to Kiwanis and our district. It truly does take a village. In the interest of time, the District Secretary's report will be posted online. Proceeding with the business of the day, I would now like to call upon Jerry Dees to give you the past governor's report on behalf of the chair, Jackie Sue McFarland. Jerry?
Thank you, Governor Melanie. Today, I'm here as your past governor and secretary of the Past Governors Committee to present to you our report of our meeting that happened earlier this week. We met via Zoom, and so interesting to that is we had 14 members of the Past Governors, and we haven't had that number meeting together as a group in quite a long time. So maybe there is something to this idea of Zoom and Zoom meetings. Something to think about. During the week, the meeting of the week, we had the opportunity to visit about issues as it relates to our district, to meet the candidates and to express to them our help and our concerns and to see what we can do to make their year, if they are the winner, the best that they can be. We also heard that during this past year, we lost one of our past governors in Jerry St. George. Jerry served as the governor of the Pacific Northwest District in 1998 and 1999. Also, we heard that we have lost the first dude of the Pacific Northwest District with the passing of Ted Godwin, the husband of past Governor Bobby Godwin. As a result, the past governors have made a motion that we will provide a memorial brick to be placed in the patio at our Pacific Northwest District office in their memory. And future past governors and their significant others will also be remembered in this way at the Pacific Northwest District office. In doing this, we hope to be able to honor the leadership that they gave to the district and the work that they did to sustain the district. We also welcomed 2 new members to our group, in that we welcomed Joel Draper, who served as the governor of the Wisconsin Upper Michigan District in 1993-94. And I'm excited to say that we also welcome one of my classmates from the year 2018-19 with Sujin Surya. Sujin served as the first governor of the District of Nepal. Nepal was recognized as a full district in 2018-19, and we served together on that team. So that was exciting to be able to welcome him. During the course of our meeting, we had the opportunity also to talk about the candidacy of one of our members, and that is my mentor, my prankster, and my friend, Roger Bell, for the high office of International Trustee. It was by unanimous consent that a resolution was passed that we, the past governors, fully support Roger Bell for the high office of trustee, and we ask your support in making that happen. One way to do that is to attend the International Convention next year in Salt Lake so that we can vote Roger the next international trustee for Kiwanis International. And that is my report to the House and to you, Governor Melanie. Thank you so much for the opportunity to present it today.
Okay, before I move on, I just want to say, I also want to say my appreciation to all of you, the members of this great district of ours, because without your service in our communities, to our children and everything else we do, we wouldn't be successful. So thank you. As a reminder, the closing of our virtual convention will begin at 3 p.m. today, where we will enjoy a short speech from International President-Designate Arthur Riley, install our newly elected officers and board, and have a final presentation from Joey the Magician. Please join us at 3 p.m. At this time, if there's nothing else for the good of the order, I declare this delegate session of the 103rd Annual Convention of the Pacific Northwest District to be adjourned.
We hope you liked the voting system, and that it took only minutes to count the votes. Next up is the closing session of the 103rd Convention of the PNW District. As a special treat, we have a keynote talk by Sue Peterson, past International President. Then, Art Riley, International President-Designate, will share his goals and hopes for the upcoming year, as well as installing the officers of the PNW. As a bonus, Joey the Magician will be closing our convention with another half-hour show that you don't want to miss.